Do not start a quote account on Instagram in 2020, unless of course you watch this video till the end. So quote accounts have been my bread and butter for the past 3 or 4 years. I grew them, I bought them, I sold them, I grew them for clients, I flipped them, done all that. But in 2020, I don't think you should start one, and here's why. So this might seem a little bit off topic, but hear me out. Essentially, easy organic growth on any social media platform comes down to and can be summarized very nicely by the Blue Ocean Strategy, which was actually a book written about marketing, but it applies to social media very, very well too. Essentially, they use the analogy of an ocean plentiful in food and fish, etc., which is nice and blue. And then the people / businesses / competition is represented as sharks. Now, a blue ocean is where there are no competition. There is no other sharks in the ocean, which means it is just you in that sort of area. Everything's easy, you got lots of food, etc. Whereas on the other hand, a red ocean is where there is a ton of competition, a lot of other sharks, all eating the fish, going for the resources, and that therefore bloodies the water, making it red. Now, by the logic of this book, if you have a blue ocean, you've got lots of attention and you've got no competition or very little competition, which means it's very easy. There's lots of resources, there's lots of food for everyone. So it's pretty darn easy to move forward, get results, grow your audience on social media, make sales for your business, etc. If you're in a red ocean, there's often just as much attention, but there's a massive amount of competition, and with all this competition, everyone gets a smaller market share or a smaller percentage of the action, which means it's much, much harder to grow, to get results, and to create a decent income. And usually this leads to either the first or the best that win, and they're the only ones that tend to do well because they got in early and, you know, built authority, built their platform on social media or whatever, and they've already pushed themselves above everyone else by being early or by being considerably better at it than everyone else, which, bear in mind, is very, very hard to do in social media, but still doable. Now, currently posting quotes on Instagram is definitely a red ocean. There are literally hundreds of thousands of quote pages on Instagram, meaning you are fighting for the attention from the same market, but now going into 2020, there's more people than ever doing it, meaning it's going to be harder and harder for you to get ahead just because there's so much competition. And because of this massive amount of competition, it's going to be very hard, and you will likely, not impossible to, but you will likely not get anywhere in this niche very easily. Now, let me just say, I put a lot of emphasis on the word easily there because it is totally still doable if you want to invest a decent amount of money or you want to invest a significant amount of time into getting yourself ahead. And in 2020, if you do it right and you invest your time or money wisely and you do get yourself ahead, you can still actually do well. So take this video with a grain of salt and listen to me the whole way through so you can sort of understand, I guess, where I'm coming from and how you can best profit from this information. Now, due to what I've just mentioned, it gives you 2 options if you want to smash it on social media and if you're still watching. Also, a bit of a side note, some of you will notice I've got some weird numbers up here. Leave down in the comments, guess what you think this is for. It is actually for a future YouTube video, so leave it down in the comments. If you're one of my new viewers, you probably know what it is, but I haven't actually mentioned it at all, so leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think it is. Back to the video. So first thing you could do is you could invest some money into paying for promotions on large Instagram pages to kickstart your account's growth and results. Instagram is still by far the most profitable platform to be on, in my opinion, but it's damn hard if you are starting out from scratch in a niche everybody is competing in without a budget and money to invest to get yourself ahead. So get yourself some money that you can then use to invest into influencers. Maybe you need to get a job, maybe you do some online work, I'm not sure. Go out there, do that if you really want to do motivational quotes on Instagram to help you get to that 10K mark. And once you are there, there's a lot of growth techniques that you can use to grow faster and faster as you've got past that initial tricky hurdle. Now, the second option, which I would suggest to someone that does not have money to invest, is you move from a red ocean full of sharks to a blue ocean, which is easier results and growth. Now, there are 2 main variables that you can change to do this. Number 1 is the platform, number 2 is the niche. Change one of them you can potentially find yourself in a nice blue ocean without much competition, and therefore becoming way easier to get results. For example, lots of people in 2018 were making quotes pages, so people innovated, and towards the end of the year you started seeing all these infographic style pages posting investing, finance content, which was quite unique at the time. No one was really doing that, and they literally blew up. I saw pages go from 0 to 100k in literally 3, 4, 5 months, which you would never have seen with a brand new quotes account for free, growing at that rate just because there were so many people doing it. But when you switch up the content, create like a new niche almost, and start going hard on that, you can get rapid growth really quickly, really easily. They created a blue ocean by changing their content to something where there was basically no competition, and boom, they blew up. All they had to do was find finance content that had been talked about for the last 20 years on blogs, make it into nice pretty infographics for Instagram, seeing no one was doing it on Instagram, and boom, they blew up and grew rapidly, and now there's a ton of those pages out there. If you really want to stick to quotes, you just love quotes, but you don't have any money to invest, then one thing you can try is switching to a new platform where no one is posting quotes. Just like I mentioned, people have been talking about finance for 20 years on blogs, probably even longer. And as soon as people took it to Instagram, they got a massive amount of growth. Whereas if you were still blogging about it, you might not have had much growth because there was so much competition. They brought that to a new platform, or not necessarily a new platform, but a platform where that content wasn't yet. And boom, they blew up. And you can do the same thing with quotes. You can bring that to a new platform and do really well with it. An example of this is you could make motivational quotes and videos and post them on TikTok, as there is not yet a ton of people doing that, which means the people on TikTok who have a demand for this content will straight away all flock to you, because if you're the only one doing it, or if there's only 5 or 10 or 20 of you, and there are tens, if not hundreds of millions of people that want this content, they're all going to flock to your account if you do a good job of it. Even if you do an average job, because there's not many people doing it, you can do really well with it really quickly. It's crazy what you can do on TikTok. Essentially, the bluer the ocean, due to the less competition on the niche / platform, means the easier it is to grow organically for free. So where am I heading with this? I feel like this video has been a bit all over the show. Instagram is still king. It's the best platform, it's the most profitable one, and you should be using it to create an income, especially over the long term. But if you are in a niche full of competition, you're gonna either have to spend money to get yourself a leg up and get yourself ahead of the other competition starting out, and you'll get an awesome ROI if you do that right. I've got many clients that have started with me this year in 2020 that are absolutely smashing it on Instagram. They're growing fast, they're getting new business from it because they've come to me, they're investing their money with me, and I'm growing their pages for them, so they're getting ahead of the competition and they're smashing it. On the other hand, if you don't have a budget at all, then one thing you can do is you can change your content to content that no one's really posting on Instagram, or no one's posting well on Instagram. Like, it's there, but it doesn't really look that good and it's not really that entertaining. So you could do that. Or the other option is you take the same content that you post on Instagram and you go basically post the same thing adapted for a different platform, such as TikTok, for example. Post your videos there, and as there is less people doing it there, you'll have a greater chance of massive success. And if you do go to a platform like TikTok, you can continue posting your quotes on Instagram, but also post them on TikTok and use that as a way to drive followers back to your Instagram to get your foot in the door in that niche and grow your Instagram account. And then maybe after a few months, you've gained 10, 20,000 followers on Instagram because of your TikTok, and you delete your TikTok because you just don't care. You just wanted that as a way to get in the door. Or maybe TikTok becomes massively profitable and you stick with it and you make a fortune off it. So this video has been a bit all over the show. My apologies for that. I wanted to get these thoughts out there as I feel like it is something important to know. But essentially, if you're coming to Instagram and trying to grow in 2020 for free, like what I was doing about 4 to 5 years ago, you can't do the same thing that worked 4 or 5 years ago. You can't just post average content without a budget and expect to get massive viral growth. It just will not happen like that. This is because content expectation and competition constantly rise as a platform ages and becomes older. There is still huge opportunity in the niche for those of you willing to invest, But if you're coming to this for free, you need to involve your content some way, shape, or form, or bring it to a new platform and have a gamble somewhere else. I hope this video has been somewhat helpful for you. I know it was a bit all over the place, but I just wanted to sort of put it out there and bring to you this concept that has definitely helped me with my content and my strategy on social media, and I know a lot of people use. I actually know a bunch of people who have recently switched off Instagram and taking very similar content and posting it on TikTok and getting massive results just because they've moved to a new platform where there is less competition, and even with the same quality of content, therefore they've blown up. So it's just something to think about. Hopefully this is, helped you in some way, shape, or form. If it did, make sure you subscribe. I'm posting a video per week at the moment, and soon we'll up that back to 2 to 3 videos every single week, talking all about social media, making money online, and doing better things with that money. If you want to follow me on Instagram, my Instagram is @JoshRyan. Go flick me a message. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you guys have. And if you have, any video suggestions, leave that down below. Apart from that, make sure you leave a like, make sure you subscribe, and I will see you all in another video sometime soon. While you're here, check out a few that I'm going to chuck on the screen. See you guys later.